Okay, guys, so it looks like we're actually going to start with some actual somewhat relatable linear algebra topics. Yeah, I mean, let's get started here. So let's start with the idea that I'm trying to construct here. Well, what we do in linear algebra is we try to solve linear equations, and typically, specifically in the situation that I'm looking right now, it's kind of the idea that you're trying to find out intersects between planes and stuff like this. So let's just get started. So let's look at let's look at two equations, right? And we're gonna have two unknowns. We have 2x plus 3y equals 16, right? And then let's have one other, x plus y equals 7, okay? So what did we do in the previous videos that we could do to this? Well, there's two different ways, we can do this. I'm probably going to take the easier approach in this situation. So, right, we only know how to solve for equations when they're in terms of one variable, right? So, how would we figure out, based on these two equations, how we can isolate for one variable and solve this equation? Well, from this bottom guy down here, right, we know that x equals 7 minus y, right? So what does that mean? That means that basically we made the idea here that x is equivalent to 7 minus y. So let's say I was to plug this back in here because we have an equivalency here, right? From this statement. So if we plug 7 minus y in for x and multiply that guy out, now it's in all terms of y and constants, so we can actually solve that. So this is what we'll do. So we know that 2 times 7 minus y plus 3y equals 16, right? And when you distribute this, this is 14 minus 2y plus 3y equals 16. So we have y equals 2, right? Because negative 2y plus y is y. So we have y here. And then if you subtract 14 from here, then you're going to get 2. So we know that y equals 2. So from this, we can either take two approaches to figuring out what x is equal to. From here, we know from the expression x equals 7 minus y that by this that x would have to equal 5, right? Because 7 minus y being 2, is equal to 5. So how can we prove that this works for both statements, right? This is kind of what you have to do with solving equations for two variables. Both equations situations have to be met for it to be true. Well, does x plus y equal 7? Well, x equals 5 and y equals 2, and 5 plus 2 is 7, so that equation is met. So, and then let's plug in back up here. So 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 times 2, which is 6. 10 plus 6, does that equal 16? Well, that equation is met as well. So this is one method of solving a equation in terms of two variables. You basically isolate one of the variables, substitute it into the other equation, and then solve for it. There's other methods that I will show in the next examples, including elimination. And yeah, this will basically take us to our land of matrices and exactly where we want to be. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later.